Tourism operators on the state's northwest coast are welcoming a huge boom in visitor numbers to Cradle Mountain. However, some are concerned the iconic destination is being loved to death. There are calls for a cap on visitor numbers, but the state government says the idea would damage Tasmania's image.
It's a cold October morning at Cradle Mountain, but the park is bustling. In just 4 years, the number of visitors has surged by 50,000 to 250,000 this year. Not all local tourism operators are welcoming the extra business.
There needs to be a cap on Cradle Mountain because otherwise we risk loving the place to death. Simply, if there's too many people in there, it doesn't give people the experiences that they are looking for going to somewhere like Cradle Mountain.
Howard Smith runs a tour company taking people to the mountain.
If there are busloads of international visitors all getting off the bus at the same time, all crowding around the car park and all taking selfies, then it tends to be a little bit, well, let's say, not conducive to what we go to Cradle Mountain for, which is the peace and tranquility.
It's a call backed by Anthony O'Hearn, who manages canyoning tours.
I've worked as a guide up here for 18 years, so I've definitely seen changes over that time. I have moments where I worry that it could be lost.
The state government says a cap on visitors would harm Tasmania's international image. To help deal with increased visitation, the state and federal governments have committed more than $80 million towards infrastructure upgrades. Peter McDermott, who runs a coach business on the mountain, says limiting numbers would be a disaster.
I think that people come here to see the mountain, and see the mountain they should. I think it would be a disaster for everybody if there was a cap or an increase in cost or whatever.
But some tourists are open to the idea of a cap.
I think in order to look after the roads and the tracks and that is probably not a bad idea. I don't know what the cap would be, but it's probably a good idea.
I think the good thing about have a visitor cap is that you keep the places isolated, so not too many tourists.
While the debate continues, there's little sign Cradle Mountain's popularity will wane anytime soon. Henry Zwartz, ABC News, Cradle Mountain.